Good afternoon. Welcome everybody. My name is Chrissy. Today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 28th of October / 29th of October. This is actually for Saturday morning, but I'm shooting it late Friday afternoon as I've got a few things to do tomorrow. So I won't get time to shoot one. So I'm doing a little combined afternoon / morning one. If you are new here, please subscribe. I do talk about the Great Awakening process a lot, as well as current global energies. Hit those like buttons, guys. That helps me a lot. And please comment down below. Now, in this morning's video, we decided that the most popular term for conspiracy theorists is going to be, yes, BS detectors. We can detect the bullshit, basically. So I hope you're all happy with that. I made that decision because that seemed to be the one that was pretty much popping up a lot. Now, I did want to get on and just talk to you guys about the name and title for the book that we're creating. I often talk to you about the COVID agenda story that people will be telling in years to come to their grandkids and their children. And we're rewriting the story. And it's pretty much about the Great Awakening. And you guys have sent in some great headings. I haven't got many, so if you want to leave any down below, that'd be great. And maybe come Sunday, I'll announce what we're going to be calling this book moving forward so I can use it in my videos. The first one is The Visionaries by the BS Detectors. It's so good, isn't it? The next one is, I really love this one, Journey to Terabella. I think that's so beautiful, isn't it? Journey to Terabella. We've got The Road to Terabella. And we've also got Terabella, an eye-opening view from behind Wilson's fence, which is just fantastic because we talk about Wilson's fence here all the time and seeing things from behind the fence and staying safe. Now, have your vote, guys. They're the only 4 I've got at the moment, so if you want to come up with any others, it just makes it easier for me to just sort of keep using that similar word like we did with Terabella. It just makes my life easier and we can all relate to these things then. I am here with Sprocket and, of course, Sophie's good night. They had some bones before, so they're very tired. It's very windy here today. It's a nice sunny spring day, but it's very, very windy. But at least the flooding's gone, and all I've done is push mowers pretty much for 2 days. All you can hear is mowers in the distance. You know, when spring comes, it's like, get out the mower again. So I'm going to close my eyes. We'll just get started, guys. Enough of me prattling on, and we'll just see what comes up. Ooh, I'm getting the Netherlands. Ooh, in big capital letters. They're showing me the Netherlands is fighting back. Ooh, this is getting hardcore now in the Netherlands. Oh, it really is. It's getting a bit ugly. They're almost showing me that image of, like, you know, when people are really protesting, sort of not violently, but they're like showing me Molotov cocktails? What are those things that they throw? It's like getting to that kind of energy. I would say that people are really igniting up now in the Netherlands. I would say that's what the representation is, that it's getting a little volatile now. People are getting really mad over there. They are. I don't know if those people in the Netherlands are a bit hot-headed, but I do feel like it's saying the temperature's rising in the people, and maybe that's a good thing because it might wake a few more people up. So I'm getting the Netherlands in capital letters. It is really fighting back now. I am getting that. God, I wish we could get some proof of this. It's just very frustrating, isn't it, when they're controlling all the algorithms all the time. It's just, I just wish it was on mainstream media. I know you guys do as well. Let's see where else we go. God, I'm getting that London Bridge again. I've been, you know, this year I've had London Bridge a few times. We had London Bridge was falling and then it was being rebuilt, and we know it's been rebuilt a few times over there, you guys, in London and England. But what I'm getting now is, and I talked about London Bridge being rebuilt like this, like drawbridge, where it keeps the little peasants and the people separate to the elites. We know that's what they're trying to do, but at the moment they've got it down. So it's like everyone's joined forces and they're all working together, and this would be what sushi's going to be starting to bring out. I do call Sunak sushi if you're new here. That's our that's our code word for Sunak, rather. So I'm getting there's this temporary sort of, they're saying they're like hinging the bridge together temporarily. So there's this connecting of the people again, but it's the illusion, see, because at any time they can just bring the bridge back up. So I am getting there's this connecting energy of the people and the elites, and it's sort of like everyone coming together in the illusion. I always talk about these big illusions that are going. Sorry about Sophie, she's got a very bad grass allergy, and she's always Sophie. Oh my gosh, she's always chewing. She's on special tablets and everything. And that's why she's always got outfits on too, because if she lays on the grass, it stops her getting itchy. It's like eczema. And they're brother and sister, and Sprocket doesn't have it at all. It's so interesting how that can happen, isn't it? So I'm definitely getting that energy about the illusion of London Bridge being rebuilt. We know it's not. We know it's going to be this kind of bridge that separates people. Let's see where else we go. Sorry about Sophie, guys. People are getting fired now. I'm getting people are getting fired en masse. I do feel like people are getting laid off their jobs in large numbers, large quantities. Like waves of people are being laid off now, and this could be around factory workers. Factories are going to get shut down. I did talk about this middle sort of corporate sort of businesses and larger businesses that were going to be starting to get shut down now because of the cost of living, as we know, freight, fuel, etc. I'm getting that there's a lot of this waves, large waves of people being fired, sacked, businesses closing. I'm definitely getting that. That's starting to happen now. And this is globally as well. Sorry about my dogs. They're very disruptive, aren't they? Hang on a second. God, I'm getting Great Britain. I'm getting visuals. Oh, Sophie. I'm getting visuals of people on the loudspeakers. So it feels almost like that protesting, marching kind of energy. People marching down the street going, fight back against government. You know, it's that we look up to the leader. Let's make a stance. It's someone yelling into their megaphone. I'm getting that energy for Great Britain. I just am. I'm getting that protesting, that we won't be silenced anymore. And it's sort of saying things like your lies are deafening. They're hurting our ears. Your lies are hurting our ears. I'm just getting this like megaphone energy where someone's sort of, people are walking along and marching with them, but there's this person on the megaphone, which usually is about protesting, isn't it? Or strikes. Could be strikes as well. We know they're happening. Oh, Sophie. I have to give her a tablet, I think. They're happening globally as well. A lot of strikes. And this is, I did say that would be worldwide, which it is. Oh, gosh. Is she going to shut the curtain again? Remember the other day she shut the curtain? Sit down. Oh, she's got to be... Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Oh, my God. Honestly, my dog's... Oh, God. So I am getting this... I'll just move so you can see that lovely little face. Spockets. He's funny. He's very tired after a bone. So that's what I'm getting. Oh, my gosh. I'm getting this protesting in the megaphone thing, which is good. That's what we want to happen, isn't it? We want people fighting back against their government and calling them out on all their BS and garbage. Let's see what else we get today. Dogs. I'm getting this visual of people throwing hand grenades into Parliament now. And this is global. I feel like the little people, it's showing me them like throwing hand grenades into Parliament House just to shake everything and shock them. Now, this could be around lawsuits. I do feel like that could be what's happening there. People have come together and they've got these like class action things or these lawsuits. Could be around the jab, could be around losing their jobs to mandates. I know in Melbourne there's a lot going on. Ava Yemeni, if you want to check him out, he works for Rebel News. He posts a lot about all the cases that are being thrown out in the Melbourne courts at the moment, where the police handled things incorrectly and were beating people up down there in the protests. A lot of this stuff's being thrown out. So I'm getting that's where the like hand grenades getting thrown into the Parliament House. It's like, it's like blowing everything up. So, oh, I know where that's happening in Canada, isn't it? You guys have been mentioning that. Trudeau's being taken down a few pegs, isn't he? Because he lied, of course, about all the emergency acts and all this kind of stuff. So this is where we're getting that hand grenade, oh, sorry guys, thrown into the parliaments. That's what's been happening around. And this is globally. They're getting their shocks because a hand grenade does give people a bit of a shock. It wakes people up as well, which is a good thing because it leaves that shaking, that tremor energy rippling out to the people. Hang on a minute. Oh, and I'm getting this forecast now, and this has been happening here in Australia now. They're actually saying, they did call the big wet, which, you know, we have to question the floods and everything, El Nino. But now they're saying that the El Nino is pretty much over. Now, they predicted that was going to happen for months all through summer, and suddenly the El Nino, they're saying, might be over. Yes, isn't that bizarre? Something they predicted was going to happen for months might now be over. It's almost sounding a little controlled, isn't it? So I am getting this drying up at the moment, this drying up of things at the moment weather-wise, which is not bad because we did need it to dry up here in Australia. I told you how many floods and things we've been having. It's ridiculous. I know you guys have had extreme weather as well, wherever you're living. God, it doesn't seem to matter where you're living. If there's that many weather extremes. God, we're just probably waiting for the fires now to come. Hopefully they don't come. But I am getting that there's been this dramatic turnabout in all the weather forecasting. Hang on a minute. See, people are getting reluctant. They're getting reluctant about the weather now. People are starting to think it's strange. No kidding. It's just strange. They're trying to accept that these things can happen. Like, this is the way these people waking up are thinking. They're like, oh yeah, this can happen. We sometimes go through cycles. But see, what we forget and what we've got to remember is that all these people, they've been through this stuff with us, remember. They went, and for example, here in Australia, they had the big drought. Then they had the bushfires. Then there's the mouse plague. Then there's COVID. Then there's, flooding? It's one. Now it's all the desperate climate change BS, as we know. So they're just getting hit with everything. Like, how much do you keep taking? Actually, they take more than I ever thought they would. Don't you guys? It just amazes me. They've allowed themselves not only to be a pincushion, getting back to the voodoo doll. Oh, sorry guys, but these voodoo dolls are ready for a nana nap as well. But they've been taken down, they've been drowned, they've been put through fires and burnt, and these voodoo dolls they've had masks on, these little voodoo dolls of the people waking up. That's how government's been treating them, like a voodoo doll, just doing everything, throwing everything they can at them. And now it's the terrible climate change, as we know. They've got to start to do their bit. So it's showing me like the voodoo doll with we always talk about you have to change your environment. You have to make a difference. We talk about that word you, and it's showing me like the voodoo dolls of these people waking up. Not us, because we're not in this narrative anymore. The voodoo doll with the word you, like you on it. That's like their name. That's the name that government gives these people. Especially the ones in the mass psychosis still, it gives them the name you. They're just yous. They're not people. They're not even numbers. They're just you. And everyone's put into the same category. Because as we know here, the elites and the people in these positions of power, they don't see people as individuals. They just categorize us all. I guess if you think of a ewe, isn't something to do with the sheep a ewe? Is that a male sheep? Or a female sheep. Hang on, I'm not very good. I do live in the country, but I don't own a farm. Oh God. So I'm getting you. Oh no. So that's what I'm getting for the voodoo dolls. They've got like you on them. Oh God, this is getting ridiculous. It is, honestly. Let's see where else we go today. God, they're showing me I keep getting a lot of these people waking up. Hey, we need a name still for these people waking up. Someone suggested the castaways, which I really like. So if you got any names as well for the people waking up, because I always have to call them the people waking up, or the compliers, or the very good little children, or, you know, if you got any good names, that'd be great. Save me saying everything every time. The people waking up is quite a mouthful. But I'm getting there on this like landslide energy. It's like they're on this landslip. It's like I always talk about them trying to climb up the mountain and get to that vantage point and go through and wake up to their sort of fifth, sort of higher dimensions and get moving to the fifth, oh God, sorry guys, opening up their senses and moving to those higher realms. But it's showing me them in a landslide. It's like the mud, it's like the rains come and the mud, and now they're starting to slip down. It's showing me them like slipping backwards with their hands like this, trying to get a grip and stay on the side of the mountain, because they can feel themselves slipping. And this would be financially, don't even doubt it, and everything else. Oh, and we know, I think it was Carl Vernon again. God, he's so funny, honestly. Got to go watch him. He was saying something, isn't there the triple pandemic now, or the tridemic? What is, I don't even know what it's called, where you can get everything together. I don't know what the third thing is. I know there's the flu, is it Rona, and maybe it's Omicron or something. I don't even know. Let me know if you know what the tridemic is, or whatever it is. Oh, God, it just goes on and on and on. Someone said, I think someone even commented, and then there'll be the octodemic and all this stuff. You really do have to laugh, honestly. Oh, it's so good to have a laugh, though. You have to laugh about it, or you'd just be crying in the corner, wouldn't you? Oh, the madness. Honestly, the madness. Oh, hang on a sec. Oh, God. The guides are just showing me the clown face again. Oh, my God. They're saying the clown show is arriving to a town near you. It's like, you know what it's saying to me? It's like, they're showing me that stupid clown movie. Is it It? I haven't seen it because I don't like scary movies. But this is what it's getting to the point. It's starting to scare the people like a horror movie. Not us, because we still see it as a comedy show. But the people waking up are starting to see this like a horror movie now. So it's saying like there's a clown show coming to a town near you. Meaning it's like coming to the cinema, go and see this stupid clown show. But it's actually for these people waking up. It's like a horror movie. It's like It, that movie. And that's what it's sort of saying about these people waking up. They're realising what's happening now. So they're in total like disbelief and horror. I keep saying about the denial bubble. They just can't believe this is true. And their government's lied. Their media's lied. Their doctors have been lying. Doctors have been silenced. They didn't know anything about any of this. So the minute they start digging, this becomes like a horror movie for them, not for us. We still see it as the like circus show event. And it's coming to a town near us. So at least we'll have a new show to watch. I did say they were turning the chapter of the COVID book this morning, and we're moving into the big takeovers now. So this should get funnier and funnier in the next few months moving forward. I told you things were going to really get squeezed tighter and tighter. They're showing me a vice. You know, a vice, if anyone out there is a builder, you put your wood in it and then you screw it up so you can like saw it and all that sort of thing. Well, it's showing me now the government's putting the vice and the tight squeeze on people now. That's what they're doing to everybody. They're trying to take them down. And that's what's happening in the next few months. So we might as well get our tickets, get the popcorn prepped, and head over for the, well, it's not a horror show really to us. It's a comedy show. It's like, you know, one of those, to us, the way we view this whole thing is like it's one of those silly takeoffs of a very serious show. But we watch the silly takeoff version of the show, it's almost like a Mr. Bean version of like something really serious. But we've got like the Mr. Bean version and that stupid, what are those two guys that Jim Carrey was those two guys in that silly show, Dumb and Dumber? Is that what? Yeah, Dumb and Dumber. Oh, that's the show, isn't it? Is that him? I can't remember. Was it? I don't even know. Keanu Reeves? I don't know. Some of you guys might know. But it's that kind of image. That's the kind of show we're going to do, something that's stupid and ridiculous that we just find it just another comedy movie to us. But these people waking up see it as a really scary, like It clown horror movie. Like that's just so frightening because now they're knowing what's been happening. Not all of them, but a lot of them are starting to do their research and find these things out. And it's pretty, you got to admit, it's pretty mortifying when imagine finding that out. Like here, we actually laugh about it and everything. Oh my God, I'm getting pictures of Dumb and Dumber. Oh my God. Oh my God. We know Trudeau's got to be in that movie. Dumb and Dumber. Oh God, it's got to be Trudeau. God, I'm getting sushi as well. Oh my God. But he's pretty clever though. Maybe he's just a people see him that way at the moment. Anyway, sorry guys, let's see where else we go today. Yeah, they're saying we're still looking at this from a really good vantage point. They're showing us up on this lookout. I often talk about us being on the mountain or being on this escarpment and looking out, and we're actually looking from even further away now. I kept saying how we'd gone up this mountain, gone down the other side, and we've even gone to a mountain further across. It's almost showing me like the Himalayan energy. Isn't Himalayan rock salt really healing or something? I'm getting that image as well. Maybe use it in your cooking or something. I know a lot more people use that now, don't they? But I'm getting like the Himalayas where there's loads and loads of mountains. We just keep moving across the mountains with that mountain kind of energy. But that's what I'm getting. We're at this lookout and we're looking, but we're looking even from further away. So it's showing us with one of those, what's that big telescope thing you look through and you put the money in and then you can see, I think they have them in New York and that, don't they? And you put the money in and then you can look around and have a really good look at the city for a couple of bucks or whatever. That's what we're doing. We're really looking at this now from afar. We have moved even further and further and further away. That's what I'm getting for us. We're looking through a very, very long lens. And that's a way of protecting ourselves too. We're still seeing what's going on and watching the show, but we're also protecting ourselves. Hang on a sec. I'll see what else we got. The guides are saying like we won't, this is for all of us, the BS detectors, we won't be belittled anymore. We were belittled. I think a lot of us could actually say we were belittled a lot during the beginning of the pandemic, and for a few years I would say we were put down, we were shut up, we were pushed aside, we were attacked, we were vilified, we were discriminated against. And this is in all areas, not just if you're unjabbed. This is if you had injuries, if you were mandated. We experienced all of these things and were very felt very belittled. And we've found a way clear of that now. It's saying that we won't be belittled anymore because we've found our own inner strength and our... Oh my God, they've just given me another image. Why do they do this to me? We've found our inner strength. Oh my God. And what they're showing me is us in like a blue and white superhero suit. Yes. And we've got the cape on the back. And, oh my God. And the big circle on the back of the cape is BSD, the bullshit detectors. So we're now like wearing this superhero costume like the bullshit detectors. And we can detect like things from afar. Maybe that's what they're saying with this telescope. We can see things from afar. It's like Superman or Spider-Man or whoever. They can be miles away and then suddenly they hone in on something and then boom, they're just on it and they're doing their little bit of work and then they scoot off and disappear again and they come back again. Well, that's what we're like. We scoot away, get on with our life, and then when we're needed, we come back. And that's why we're getting the superhero costume of the BSD detective, not detectives, well, we're like detectives, detectors, because we can pick up when the garbage is arriving and we know how to deal with it. So we go and deal with it and then we go back to our life again. We don't stay stuck in it like a lot of these people do over here. Oh, God. And see, this is what I'm kind of getting about that superhero costume too. We have these, they're not really magical powers, but they're abilities that we have to see things from that higher vantage point, like Superman flying around off the radar, like Maverick Superman. Or oh, God. Or BS detectors that we are. And that's what I'm getting. We have this way of staying off the radar, but still coming in when we're needed. And that's the energy that I'm still getting. We're seeing things from afar, and we still keep that sprocket. We're still keeping that. Can you hear him panting? We're still keeping that safe. Where is he? There he is. Come here. He's a ding dong, isn't he? So I'm getting that for us now. We're wearing the superhero costume of the BSD. Oh my God, honestly. All right, let's see where else we go today. Gosh, they're just saying like our homes. This is for you guys watching my channel. Our homes, it's our safe haven. It's a place that we enjoy. That's why I think a lot of us here really love music and things like that. It helps us escape the crazy world that we're currently living in. But I do feel like our homes are our haven. We have other places as well that make us feel safe, but we don't wander too far from our what would you say? I guess you could call it our Fort Knox, really. We talked about that. I have talked about that with that show, F Troop, and the Fort Knox with the timber and the spikes around it. We do know how to protect ourselves. Again, it's that Wilson looking over the fence, Wilson's fence. We do know how to stay protected by just sort of containing our life, but in a comfortable and well, it's comfortable, but it's not that we're being hermits and recluses. We're just maintaining our own inner sort of peace and tranquility by doing that. That's what I'm getting today. Let me see if there's something else. Yeah, they're showing me all the regions are coming together. So they're showing me they're doing like this pinwheel, and there's like we know WEF would be in the middle, and then they're doing all the pinwheels out to all the countries. It's almost like a map, and they've got one to New Zealand, one to Australia, one to yes England, and one to Greece, and one to Spain, and one to Sweden, and one to Switzerland, like everywhere. Australia. Not to forget. I'm getting this joining of all the regions now. See, it's been this big takeover. If you think about it, it's like puzzle pieces. Oh, we've got New Zealand. Oh, we've got Albanese now in Australia. Oh, we've got sushi now in London. This is what's going on. It's the big takeover. Because now they've got the strength in numbers. That's how they're feeling. That's how these global elites are feeling now, that they've got the strength in numbers. And they can really get fired up to bring it all out. We know it's the big takeovers. I said that this morning. Let's see if there's something else to close with today. They're saying that Sushi's going to be a little bit wishy-washy in the beginning. He's going to take things a little bit, not a back seat as such, but he's going to take things a lot slower. Like I keep saying, he's pretty intelligent. He knows how to manipulate the people. Well, they're all good at that. So I feel like he's going to be a little wishy-washy with what he's saying at the moment. People aren't going to quite understand what his agenda is. Unless you're watching this channel, you're going to know what his agenda is. But the people waking up, they're not going to be aware of it, because people, like I keep saying, over in these areas, people are overwhelmed, they're exhausted, they've sort of gone through so much with the Queen passing, and Liz Truss, and then Prince Charles, King Charles, sorry, and all this kind of commotion, but they're also standing up. They want their old lives back, but their old lives are driven past and gone, and so he knows he's got to just take this easy and handle it kind of with kid gloves. His approach has to be more accepted. So he's going to be a little wishy-washy with his agenda in the beginning, probably the first, I would say 3 weeks, maybe even a month, and then he'll start to roll out. It'll become a lot clearer within about a month, I would say. He'll get clearer in his messaging. He's sort of, what he's doing, he's waiting for the dust to settle. That's what he's doing over there. He's letting the dust settle and letting everything settle. Then he comes in with the steamroller or the bulldozer and just bulldozes through everything. That's what I'm getting for Sushi. Let me see if there's something to close with today. God, they're giving me that the consciousness is really growing. It's really gaining traction now. The consciousness is like rising. It's showing me, the visual I'm getting is this like rising energy the consciousness. So we know it's moving. They're showing me like they're actually showing me like a fish tank, a really big fish tank, and it's vibrating. It's like that earthquake tremor energy, and the water in the fish tank is vibrating. And that's what they're showing me. But this is about the waking up process. There's a real shake up. People are really being shaken up now and woken up. I wish they'd hurry up. Oh, God. I am getting that. The consciousness is starting to rise. God, it's only taken 3 years, hasn't it? And it's still moving at a snail's pace, isn't it? Oh, my God. Hang on a minute. Hang on. God, for some reason they're giving me this, the wording of like the crystals are forming. Like the crystals are forming. But what they're saying is it's like that, oh my God. It's like cave energy. It's like the stalagmites and stalactites, like they're dripping down slowly over time, and then these ones are rising up. So what they're actually saying is, oh God, we're like, is it the stalactites and stalagmites? I don't know which one's which. If anyone out there knows about caves, that would really help. Stalactites and stalagmites. One drops down and one goes up. But what they're trying to say to me is that these people are rising up. It's like, we've been dripping, we're on the top, whatever that one is, and we've been dripping like bits of information. We've been planting loads of seeds, dripping information, and when you're just dripping, it's like if you're oozing wet sand through your fingers, it starts to pile up if you drop it. It's that kind of energy, and it's all coming together. So the bottom stalagmites, tights, whichever one it is, it's reaching up to us, and it's starting to meet in the middle. So we're getting closer and closer and closer. And this is the waking up process. We're starting to join again. Oh, I hope that's true. The people waking up are starting to, I don't think they're ever going to really join the BS detectors, but they're understanding more of what's going on. So they're getting closer. If you think about that, it's that connecting kind of energy. And that's what I'm getting, that cave-like energy. And you think about caves, there's like an energy in a cave. When you go into a cave, it's dark, it's damp, and it's got a silence about it as well. But that's what I'm getting, that there is movement. And you think, I don't know how long it takes, but you think of the pace of stalagmites and stalactites take a shit long time to form. I don't even know how long, years and years and years and years, isn't it? Oh, God, I hope not. But that's what I'm getting. It's that snail's pace, but the consciousness is rising. Again, it's showing me that, like the sand, the building up of the sand, but it's in the cave, in the rock. That's what I'm getting today. Hang on a sec. They're rising up. They're rising up. There's a song here. I talked about a song called Rise Up the other day, and someone suggested it was somebody's song. There was another song. If you look up Rise Up, I think there's another song by Daryl Braithwaite here, an Australian singer. I'm pretty sure it's called Rise Up. We will rise up in our own way. I'm not sure what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Rise Up. But this is what they're saying. They're starting to rise up. The vibration, like the fish tank, it's shaking. And they're starting to rise up like the stalagmites, stalactites. Maybe it's mites that grow up, stalagmites. Oh, God. Oh, the guides. It's like a geography lesson sometimes on here, isn't it? The things that we learn off the guides. So they're rising up, but it's just a very, very slow process. Yeah, it is. So I'm getting that rise up. We will rise up. I'm sure it's Daryl Braithwaite. Let's go check that out today, because there might be a message in that song for us. We always have to be left with a song, you know that we do. And I'm going to leave you on that note today. Don't forget to leave your suggestions for the Awakening book that I talk about here a lot. And thanks again heaps for voting, guys, on the new word for conspiracy theorists. I think the BSDs, the BSDs, superhero BSDs. Oh God, I'm loving some of the images that these guides give us. Honestly, it is very funny, isn't it? Well, take care. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care, and I'll say goodbye from Australia. Hit the like buttons, comment down below, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Bye from down under. Bye.